a wire fell in it when oh yes, YouTube. I was doing some stuff on the RS6 yesterday. I removed my starter, and in order to do that I have to remove that part, this the T-bracket, and remove the clips that's supporting this part of the bumper, the front bumper, to get to the starter. But seeing that I'm here right now, I'm just going to use this opportunity to install some silicone hose that I bought some time now, the upper and lower radiator hose, and I'm going to repin the Calpac connectors. Going to change the connectors because for the K series engine, after a certain time the connectors start to go bad and the clips start to break and stuff. So I'm going to put a link to where you can get some connectors. I'm going to show you how I repin. I won't be doing any cutting and joining. I'm going to repin the connector. So let's get to it. No itching. I'm going to bleed the system or any radiate any oh god jeez any
A few minutes later.
coolant any coolant that's in your radiator. I'm going to bleed that, or any system. I'm going to bleed that through that here. Before I start, to remove the T-bracket, it's held on by some tents, one here on the top. Now if you move this, you see another right there, 10. Same thing for this side, 10. I move, you see that, to 10 right there, and then you have another 10 that's underneath. You have to go under the car. It's bolted on to this. It's bolted on to the bracket. My bracket is a little rusted down this side, but you can find that down here. So if you have any engine under splash guard or anything, you have to remove that to get to it. So when you pull those 5-10 bolts, you can remove this, unplug this, and remove it with the lock and cable. You don't have to take that out. So let's bleed the system now. See, I have my little trusty little pan. Going to place it right where the plug, and then try to pull it by hand. I realize over time these things get really tight. Alright, so I don't take the plug completely out, just loosen it till the coolant starts to flow. If you want, you can take it out, but I don't want a mess. So I'm just going to wait on that, or in the meantime I'm just going to remove this upper radiator hose. I'm running a water temp gauge, so that's why I have this little thing. So I'm going to have to cut the next hose and install that back. So I'm just when I remove it, I'm just going to line up where this is cut and then cut the next one in the same spot. The reason I install a water temp gauge is to give me an exact reading of my temperature, because what I get to realize for the RS6, I don't know for many other K series cars, anytime this say the stock temperature, I think it's supposed to be 87, I think, and you know, if you start to go over 100, you're running over the temperature. But on the gauge, when you reach 100 degrees Celsius, the gauge is still at the normal spot. It doesn't move until it probably reach 100 and probably 5 or something like that. With the gauge, you know exactly if it reach 100. If you're serious about the temperature like me, install a gauge, a water temp gauge. I recommend that. Alright, so I remove both radiator hose and bomb from the gooseneck. So here they are. This appears longer because of this. That's the lower one, the upper one. Right, so I'm finished installing the lower one. As you can see, I use back the stock clamp because it's tight enough to use back, but replace this one. So that's the lower hose connected, no modification needed. So now onto this one. Now onto this one where modification now is needed. I already cut the new one to accommodate this. So I'm just going to remove this, put it with that and assemble it to make it look like this, then install it. Okay, so that's it for the radiator slit one hose. I'm just now going to move on to the plugs. So going to change the connector for the coil packs. These are the connector. I already pulled them up. You need something as small like this to deepen them. I'm going to see if I can record at least one. See if you can see how deep in. Sun's kind of blazing now, so I'm going to try and do it as quick as possible. So each one I remove, as you can see, notice no clip. They are notorious for these things over time. So I'm going to install it this way. Each one I remove, align it and install it in the same direction in this one. First, take out this. We have this. Well, they are breaking now still because crystallized. One down. So these are the ones that I remove, crystallize over time. This also will cause misfire. So I recommend if you have high mileage and your K series, I recommend getting some new ones and replace these. So that covers everything for this vlog. The connectors for the coil pack, change those. Move this out of the way. The radiator was installed both lower and upper. I replace the coolant. So it's just to install the rest of this parts. So that's it. Like I always said, like, dislike, share, comment, subscribe to the channel and tick that notification bell to always get notified when I post a new video. So see you next time.